Coming up, the WHO estimated the spread of the Omicron variant. It is much faster than other strains of COVID-19. To date, the Omicron was recorded in 106 countries. The Omicron is rapidly spreading in France. The highest number of infections with the new variant was registered in Paris. The oil production in Kazakhstan will exceed 100 million tons by 2030. What projects contribute to an increase in volumes? Watch next. To the 30th anniversary of independence, the ballet troupe of the Astana Opera Theatre will perform Shahrazad choreographic drama and gala ballet on the stage of the Abay Kazakh State Academic Theatre of Opera and Ballet in Almaty. Kazakhstan reported 416 new cases of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. The North Kazakhstan region accounts for the highest single-day caseload in the country. 69 new cases were confirmed there in the past day. The Kazakh capital of Nur-Sultan follows with 65 new infections. Karaganda region is in the third place with 49 new cases. Since the onset of the pandemic, total COVID-19 cases in Kazakhstan have passed 984,000. According to the data from the country's health ministry, about 19,000 residents continue to receive treatment for coronavirus. More than 3,000 of them are in inpatient care. At present, over 8,400,000 Kazakh citizens have been fully vaccinated against the virus with 2 doses. Also, over 300,000 people have received a booster shot since the country kicked off its revaccination campaign in the past month. The epidemic situation in Kazakhstan is improving. Over the past 2 weeks, the country's infection rate has decreased by 31%. Acting Health Minister Jandos Burkitbayev shared this positive news at a government meeting. According to him, infectious diseases in ICU beds are currently occupied by 19%. 96% of patients were reported to have recovered. Overall, the level of coronavirus infection has declined 16-fold over the past 4 months. Almost half of Kazakh population received 2 doses of the vaccine. Pfizer was administered to 235,117 people. 303,000 citizens got a booster shot. In the world rankings for coronavirus vaccination, Kazakhstan ranks 103rd among 208 countries and 2nd among the CIS countries. However, it is too early to relax, the government noted.
Дегенмен, санитариялық-эпидемиологиялық құжат талаптарды сақтауды әсіресе мемлекеттік шекарада жалғастыруға.
It is important to comply with sanitary and epidemiological requirements, especially at the state border. Another wave of COVID-19 begins in many countries due to a new variant. Due to the rapid spread of Omicron in the world, special attention should be paid to following social distancing rules in indoor places, as well as to wearing masks in public transport and in crowded places. Europe can see another storm of coronavirus coming, forecast at the European Office of the World Health Organization. According to experts, the epidemiological situation there is aggravating every day. The number of people infected with the Omicron variant sharply increased in Denmark and France. Spain registered approximately 50,000 infected patients in one day, which is the highest case count. The situation in Germany and the United Kingdom is not encouraging either. The countries introduced new restrictions, including curfew, over the deterioration of the situation. The Omicron variant was reported in 106 countries to date, the WHO said. France adopts vaccine passports. The country's authorities decided to move faster on the schedule and consider a bill to introduce certificates instead of the current health passes. The document was originally supposed to be presented on January 5th. Such a rush is related to the rapid spread of the Omicron. This variant accounts for 10% of the new COVID-19 cases in France, and it is spreading swiftly, especially in Paris. Experts forecasted that the same figure may increase up to 50% at the beginning of 2022. The vaccine passport will be issued only to people fully vaccinated from COVID-19. The Omicron is rapidly spreading in France. The highest number of infections with the new variant was registered in Paris. We expect a significant increase in the number of these cases at the beginning of the year. Tourism in Israel is going through the hardest times in history. The industry has almost ceased to exist due to the coronavirus spread. Many people have lost their jobs and income sources. If around 5 million foreign nationals visited the country in 2019, then less a million in 2020. The sector used to bring about 6 billion euros to the state treasury every year. The decision to close the country is simple, but we could do it in a different way. Let's say a tourist, whether medical or regular, can be isolated in a hotel or apartment booked via website. Stay there for 3 to 4 days, as long as it's needed. Make all the necessary checks, PCR, antigen, whatever's required, and begin his or her journey through Israel with a negative test result. This is how everything works in most countries, except Israel. So far, we are the only ones who have closed themselves completely for foreign nationals. Kazakhstan and Russia will collaborate in the military sector and counter threats to regional security. Mazhilis men approved the ratification of the agreement between the two countries. After the adoption of the new document, the previous one, dated March 28, 1994, will no longer be in force. The new agreements involve joint actions in rapid and combat training, peacekeeping activities, military education, science, and improvement of the bilateral regulatory framework. Also, the ratification of the treaty will allow developing the exchange of experience between the defense ministries of the two countries.
Федерация арасындағы әскери ынтымақтастық туралы мемлекеттер шартты ратификациялау қауіпсіздікті қамтамасыз ету мүддесінде.
The ratification of the document will help jointly plan the use of troops in the interests of ensuring security and jointly counter threats to regional security, as well as cooperate within the international collaboration and partnership in culture, sports, and many other areas. Russia is a strategic partner of Kazakhstan.
Әскери ынтымақтастық жасауға мүмкіндік береді. Ресей Қазақстанның стратегиялық әріптесі.
The volume of oil production in Kazakhstan reached almost 86 million tons at the end of this year. It is expected that 67.6 million tons of them will be exported. Kazakh Energy Minister Maghzun Mirdagaliyev said this at the government's meeting, summarizing the results of the industry's development. According to him, there is a considerable potential for further increase in figures in the country. Also, the minister noted that they envisaged bringing the volume of oil production to 104.2 million tons by 2030 by maintaining the Qarashaghan and expanding the Tingiz fields. The introduction of several more major initiatives is planned as well, he added. The construction gas processing plants at the Qazaq field will allow producing 3 billion cubic meters of commercial gas and increasing oil production from 16 to 20 million tons per year. Work has begun on a project to develop Khazar and Kalamkas sea fields in the Caspian Sea, which will produce 4 million tons of oil per year in 2028.
2028 жылдан бастап жылына 4 миллион тонна мұнай өндіріледі деп жоспарланған.
Almost 150,000 children in Kazakhstan got the opportunity to participate in sports and art clubs for free. This was made possible by the launch of the per capita funding project. The program was launched in May this year. Almost 7 billion tenge was allocated for sports and about 5 billion tenge for the development of children's creativity and self-expression. I learned about available sports on Instagram. I just saw the ad. I have been attending classes ever since. We currently have about 40 children. First, we started training in the Jiriyuk Park. Over time, we were joined by locals from this district. They are now coming to the training hall. We talked to the parents as well. They are all very grateful. Experts call the new program a breakthrough and are already talking about the prospect of 100% coverage of children with leisure activities.
На сегодня самые востребованные секции в городе Алматы секции по футболу.
Football, karate, chess, swimming, and taekwondo clubs are the most popular right now. They are leaders in terms of attracting children through per capita funding.
Лидеры по привлечению детей посредством подушевого финансирования.
Бұл бизнесқа да бір жағынан жақсы. Мысалы, Бұл бастама басында 220 мысалы поставщиктар болатын болса.
This initiative will also have a positive impact on business. For example, while there were 220 suppliers at the beginning of the program, there are now up to 1,500. There are 71 kinds of sport in the current regulation. However, an analysis is underway on the basis of which another 60 sports should be added.
Мысалы, көбірек таңдайтынына байланысты қазір сараптама жүргізіп, тағы да қосымша осы жобаға 60 спорт түрін енгізу жоспарланып отыр.
There are also plans to increase the number of art clubs in the country. To that end, the authorities have promised to increase funding for the program several times over the next year.
The multi-volume work entitled Kandastar was published in Istanbul. The book by the journalist Gulnaz Karimjan tells about the life of Kazakhs who live in different parts of the world. The first part of the book is dedicated to Kazakhs living in Turkey. It describes their life and culture. Also, the Kazakh diaspora celebrated the 30th anniversary of Kazakhstan's independence on a grand scale.
Söz uşağı cazı ukaladı. Жақсының аты өлмейді, ғалымның қаты өлмек дейді. Қат деген сөз, кітап деген сөз ұмытылмайды.
As a historian, I can state that this book has a special meaning. Thanks to this work, our future generations can get acquainted with the culture and life of the Kandas people living in Turkey. In addition, the book tells what exactly binds and unites all of us. We believe that it's very valuable and meaningful. This book is special for Kazakhs all over the world.
Maqsatı, müddəsi, qanışı orta ekende bu kitap əygileb otur. Sonusu mende erekşe kunga yede oylayımız.
Almaty city residents are presented with the opportunity to enjoy the one-act choreographic drama Shahrazad. The Astana Opera ballet company is now on tour in the southern metropolis. They are performing a bright and festive program on the stage of the Kazakh National Academic Opera and Ballet Theatre. Mastery of artists, coupled with thrilling music, historical decorations and costumes, has put the Almaty residents in a mysterious oriental fairy tale.
Сегодня я выступаю в партии Забииды, в спектакле Шахерезада. Для меня это очень трепетный спектакль, потому что здесь много эмоций, много страстей. Это восточный колорит, это тематика близка.
Today I'm performing as Zabeida in the play Shahrazad. For me, this is a very special play because it involves a lot of emotions and passion. The oriental flavor of the performance is close to my spirit. This role is very difficult, and I certainly don't mean its technical part, but it takes a lot of stamina, a lot of breathing to convey emotions for 12 minutes. That's what we work on during the rehearsals. I hope it won't show on stage, and you will love the beauty and grace of our performance.
Над этим мы работаем всегда, трудимся в зале, и я надеюсь, что это не будет видно на сцене, и вы будете просто любоваться красотой и грацией нашего исполнения.
Мне очень нравится.
I really like it. Shahrazad is a classic. It is a legacy. The performance was superbly delivered. It was perfectly staged. I expected nothing less. Our artists were so great. Astana Opera is growing. Ballet is developing too. It is all very nice.
Это очень приятно.
The program also includes a gala ballet with the participation of leading soloists Bakhtiyar Adamjan, Agirim Bikitaeva, Anel Rustemova, and others. The artists prepared 2 versions of their show, which include diverse performances from classical and modern productions. These are Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake, Chopin's Elusive Ball, and The Call of the Steppe, staged by Patrick Debana.